Last time we started building this amazing natural base here on Vesania, and I told you guys that I would build an awesome underground section. Well, that's exactly what we're doing in this video, but there's a catch. We will also have a secret outpost connected to the base by an underground tunnel, but more on that later. Now, here's how the base looks like from the outside. It's pretty hidden behind all of those plumfors and stretch petals, so it's natural and secret, nobody knows it is here. It's also right next to a gateway chamber, so that's gonna make it easier to build in the underground. But let's go through the entrance here in between these trees, and then what do we have here? This is our ramp into the underground. We are gonna paint it and make it a little bit better looking. I did all the digging in here already, so all we need to do is paint it, and I left it unfinished like this on purpose because we want a more natural look for this base, like it's some sort of cave in here. We're gonna have a printing section, a chemistry section, a ton of storage, we're gonna have trading and even a scrap farm, so all of that. But then the secret thing I was talking about is gonna be a rover entrance that's gonna connect to a secret outpost some other place on the planet, so that we can get in with a shuttle that way, and then we can use the rover to get into this underground section. Now the rover won't be able to go upstairs on the surface, that's only for the buggy, but we're gonna use the rover down here. Right now I've got a couple terrain analyzers, so we need to collect some nice colors for this. This won't take long, I just need this blue right here. Alright, so we've got it. Now let's head back to Vesania and we can start painting our base. I'm back, but it looks like the snails need some food, so I'm gonna feed them so that we have all of them active while we do this in here. Great, and there we go. We are gonna need the inhibitor mod as well, so let me find it. So we've got that going, and now we can start painting the base this color. Oh yeah, this looks nice, and it's a nice contrast with the pink of Vesania. And this being a bright color, it will also make the lights pop even better, so that we won't need as many lights in order to see in here. It also looks like we are collecting some graphite here and some compound, I think. But yeah, I'm just gonna paint all of this and then we'll unpack the platforms. It's all painted, so this is how it looks, and oh, I missed a spot on here. I didn't even realize. So first I'll unpack the large rover and then we'll use it to build its road. And it looks like I missed another spot down there, but I'll fix it in just a minute. We've also got some stuff to equip the rover with. So we've got a rover seat right here. We've also got a paver because we're gonna need that to build the road. And then we've got a drill strength 3 that's gonna make building the tunnel way easier. Then we've also got a medium soil canister. We're gonna use that to collect some soil. Alright, so we've got our rover set up over there. We're also gonna need some power for it, so let me just throw this on here. There we go. We're gonna get to the rover in just a second. Right now, let me unpack some of these other platforms here. So we've got 3 of them on this side. These will be used for storage. We're also gonna have to add lights in here and connect everything up. Let me just throw these platforms on here so we have an easier time seeing what we're doing. Then we've got 2 more platforms on here. So this one's gonna be for the printing stuff, and then this will be our chemistry. I think I've also brought some extenders. We might need those here. So here we go. I know I can place it in the backpack and place it that way easier, but I just don't feel like doing that because I would need to get the snails out of there. So I'll just throw it on the ground like that. Alright, so let me get the printers then. I don't remember where I put everything. Great, so we've got our large printer over here. Then we're gonna need a medium and a small one. I'll place all of them next to each other just like that. And then we're gonna need some storage where we can place stuff that the printers are gonna use. So we've got this platform right here. That looks pretty good. Then let's see what we can do for the chemistry section. So we've got a chemistry lab. We're definitely gonna need that in there. And then an atmospheric condenser as well. There we go. I've got a platform full of all types of gases. These are gonna be used for the chemistry lab, and we can use the atmospheric condenser to get even more. We can get hydrogen, argon and nitrogen here on Vesania, so those are gonna be really useful. And then I'll also place more storage on here. Let me see if we've got some medium storages. Yes, we do. So there we go. It looks like the snails are getting hungry again, so I'll just get a couple more seeds in here. Alright, now going to this other side, we've got 2 more platforms right here. So let me unpack these. And we'll connect everything to the surface with some extenders in just a second now. But here we've got our smelting section. So let me place these portable smelters on here. I think we might also have a big smelter Let me check. Or maybe we don't, so we're just gonna use these two for now. And then over here we'll also need a soil centrifuge. We're gonna use this to get even more resources. And then yeah, we need some more storage on here. So I'll just place these and unpack them. But then we also need some lights on here, so I guess this looks pretty good. Actually, next to this we're gonna need something to place a soil canister, but we'll get that in just a second. And then on this other platform we're gonna have our trading station and also the extra request platforms to complete events when we need to. And yeah, I'll just place some random storage on here for now because we're still gonna use these things. Now it's time to build a little scrap farm here. So we've got our extra large shredder on this, and then we're gonna use soil centrifuges for this farm. I'll just do this in a second now, and then we can get to the tunnel and the outpost on the surface. But before I do that, please consider clicking that like button because it helps me out a lot, so thank you for doing that. Now let's get back to business in here. So we've got our soil centrifuges and the platforms we need. Let's unpack some of these on here, and we are gonna use 2 soil centrifuges for this farm. I feel like that should be enough. I'll unpack everything here, turn it around, and now we can start placing some auto arms in here. So we've got 1 auto arm for each soil centrifuge. There we go. And then we're gonna need some resin in their selector slots. We've got more storage on here, and then we'll need another auto arm, or actually 2 of them, to keep up with the pace of these 2. And these are gonna send all of the canisters into the shredder. Let me turn this around. Great, so now we need resin in these selector slots, and then we need small canisters in these ones. And then we also need 1 small canister for each of these soil centrifuges so they can take in the soil that we're gonna provide here. And we're gonna use the rover to gather all of that soil, so we can turn all of these on. Of course, we don't have power yet. Then we're gonna need some canisters for the scrap as well, but I'm gonna add those in later. I'll also have to take another trip back to Aatrox to get in some more storage in here, because we've got to fill these platforms as well. But right now, let me use some extenders to connect this to the top, and then we can start building the tunnel with the rover. So I'm just gonna drag these all the way to the top. And there we go, we've got power to this side of the base, and then all we need to do is link these 2 sides together. So maybe through here, I think that's the best option. We're just gonna have it like that. That looks nice. We also need some more lights in here, so let me go ahead and add them in the back of platforms. Just for a start, we're also gonna have them on the walls. Great, so we've got some lights in the scrap farm there as well. And now let's do this side. I think that's pretty well lit. Maybe 1 more light in here. Then we can go ahead with some more lights in here as well. Alright, so every platform is lit up now. We do have some more storage on here, so I'll just quickly throw it on there. And then we'll use the rover to build our tunnel. And we've got a landing pad as well, which we need to place on the outpost. Alright, so we've got the rover equipped, we've got power, we've got all the things we need, the paver and the drill, and we've got some platforms, a landing pad and storages. So let's go ahead and we can start building this thing. So I'm gonna start in this direction. Let me check the compass really quick. Yeah, so we want to go away from our gateway chamber that's next to the base. So let's see where we pop up here. Let me see if this is a good space. Yeah, so it's behind the forest. Nobody's gonna see anything in here. Or actually, no, I changed my mind. We need this tunnel to be a little bit longer so that you can't really see into the base from the outside. So we're gonna dig this way, and then I'm gonna cover up the ceiling there. I'm gonna dig a little bit more this way, and then we can go up. And this is gonna keep the base a little bit more hidden, which is what we want. And here we are on the top. I think this is a way better place. So let's start unpacking these things. We've got our landing pad, so this is where we're gonna come in with our shuttle. So let's unpack the landing pad. I'm gonna cover this up here. Great, so we've got a place for our shuttle to land, and then we're gonna need a couple more platforms just for some storage in here. So there we go. These platforms won't have any power, but I'll connect them anyway because it looks better. We don't need power here because all we're gonna do is use them for storage. So then we can come in with the shuttle over here. We can place anything or take anything from here. And then we're gonna use the rover to get into this tunnel and into the base. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I don't want to paint this because then it would catch your eye if you were going through there, and we don't want that to happen. But we've got the little thing here, and we can use... The rover is basically gonna remain here when we get in the shuttle and go to another place. And then when we come back, we're gonna get back in the rover, and then I'm gonna drive into the base again. And here we are. And now that we're in the base, we can just leave the rover here. We can unpack everything that we've brought. We can put something back on it. And then we can use this fully functional base with everything that we've got. Now I just need to get some more storage for this side and a little bit of soil, and we can start the scrap farm as well. And we can have resin on repeat here. We don't have soil for the other one yet, but we're gonna get that as well. And I forgot to bring another small printer, so we are gonna use this one here. And I'm just gonna set these to small canisters on repeat, so there we go. That should work pretty good. Alright, so we landed back here, we've got more storage, so this is how easy it gets. I just need to place these on the rover and then we get in, and we use this tunnel to get all the way into the base. And it's actually pretty easy. It also makes the base really hidden, and then we can use this tunnel to branch off to the sides, and then we can mine into the caves. But maybe we'll do that in another video. Alright, so here we are in the base. We can go ahead and unpack the things we've got on here. But here we've got our rover inside the base. We do need some more medium storages as well, but I'm gonna craft those off camera. So as I said, the rover won't go upstairs, we'll just keep it down here. We've got our scrap farm there, we've got everything we need. We've got smelters, soil, we've got trading, we've got the events there, we've got the chemistry section, printing, storage, everything that we might need. And then we can get into the buggy and we can go upstairs. And this is the part that's on the surface. We've got all the basic stuff here, and here's all the power production as well. This is like a starter base here on top. And then we can just use the buggy to get in through the secret entrance. And that's the way we get out as well. So here we are out of the base now, and you won't really be able to see it from out here. So that's a pretty good hidden base, I'd say. It's also a natural base full of trees and hidden from the rest of the planet. We've got the outpost set up as well. So I think I've got everything done that I wanted to. But if you have any more suggestions, then let me know in the comment section below. That's gonna be it for today. Make sure to save the Aatrox series playlist because that's a really cool one, or you can also go watch this other video next. Whichever one you choose, I'll see you there. Cheers, Astroneers!